Hi guys, welcome to Monitoring and Evaluation Made Simple. I'm your host, Coach Alexander. I'm so glad that you've joined me. If you're here for the very first time, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel because on a regular basis I post wonderful updates in monitoring and evaluation. We're continuing on our 8-part series, Types of Project Evaluation Methods. This is part 4. So now, in case you don't know me, in case you're here for the first time, I'm Coach Alexander. I've been doing this for 10 years now. I can say I'm a really skilled M&D professional. I've been helping different organizations and different individuals achieve their M&D goals. But I wanted to talk about something new that has come, which we are offering as M&D Made Simple. It's a 6-month one-on-one coaching program. We're starting enrollments in January 12th, 2021. This will be the first intake. So please, if you're interested, just write to me. We'll immediately enroll you. And you can have this personalized one-on-one coaching for 6 months. Okay? But in case you don't have the funds, for some reason, of course, we know how things are these days, you can still gain access to these free materials, which is the M&E Beginner's Guide 2020. The link is in the description. And the Logical Framework Analysis Step-by-Step Guide. All these are free. No strings attached. These are yours. You can read them and use them whenever you want. Then I have a very interesting course running on Udemy, how to set up a monitoring and evaluation system step by step. Very good course, and it is very cheap. Please enroll in this course. It is very cheap, and in case you can't do much spending, you can enroll in that course. Okay, so as usual, this video is quite long, and make good use of the timestamps in the description below. Okay, the timestamps are meant to make you navigate the video in an effective manner. Okay, so what is a case study? Well, this is what we're going to be looking at today because it's a kind of an evaluation in case you didn't know. So the definition is like this. The case study, and this is where it gets interesting because it is actually a strategy that is used to gather in-depth information on a particular program, project, or policy. Okay, so what this is really saying is that you want to get in-depth understanding. Okay, now you might be asking yourself, isn't that just the definition of an evaluation? The answer is yes, and that's why it is a type of evaluation. But there's something about a case study that actually that makes it unique. And I'll go on and explain as we turn the slides more. Okay, so the characteristics are that case studies can illustrate a more general condition, okay, and they can help when little is known about an area or problem. So take for instance, you have your project running and it does achieve certain successes, all right, as all projects do. You learn from your mistakes, you enter the next phase of implementation, it achieves some level of success. But it is not really the success that you are really looking for because it's not maximizing. And indeed, there must be a problem that's hindering it from being the sky is the limit kind of thing. So you can actually do a case study to understand why is this happening. It also focuses on critical instances, like I've just explained. You've got high successes, you've got terrible failure. The question is why. You do an in-depth investigation to understand what is really happening. They can look at program effects that emerge from an initiative. All right. That is also an area. So you find that maybe your project it has obviously registered successes according to what you planned in the project plan or in the strategic plan. But the question is, there might be other successes or there might be other effects that come out that were not even planned for. So you tend to study that. Finally, they can provide for broader understanding of a condition when over time. All right. So you can really see what this is all about. That's why they say a case study. You're actually looking at a case and trying to really understand in depth what this is. Okay. You get what I'm saying. I'm sure you do. Okay. I'm a bit slow today. Forgive me because I just woke up after taking a nap. Okay, so you have case studies. They may be quantitative or qualitative. Okay, so the qualitative aspect is, I think, is sometimes a lot more pronounced when you're doing these case studies because you get to look at a case, interview people, get their different views, you know. It can also be quantitative where you just collect data and you're able to draw concise. Hi guys. So now there are three types of case studies. You've got the explanatory, which investigates the cause-effect relationship. Okay, so that's all you're simply doing. What was the cause and what was the effect? It ends there. Then you've got the descriptive, and I like the descriptive because I think it's the simplest one to do. You simply just state what you found. You don't alter anything. If somebody told you, if 10 people told you that, no, the problem is that we are not getting enough support from our donors, that is all you state. And it ends there. So I like the descriptive one because it's easy and you don't need to struggle to, with all these different methodologies just to come up with a solid argument. Then you've got the exploratory. So the exploratory, I think, is one of the, for me, I feel it's one of the difficult ones because there's a bit of some hypothesis testing, and anything to do with hypothesis, you really have to involve statistical methods. I wouldn't say statistics is my biggest strength, but when called upon to handle statistical matters, I'll say that I handle it quite well. All right, so guys, this is about the case study, but there's a video that I want you to watch. It's a very good video, and the reason I'm able to share it is because you see this, it's Creative Commons Attribution License, reuse allowed. So that allows me to use this video. Okay, so there's nothing wrong. Don't feel like I'm stealing other people's content. I just felt that this video actually explains what a case study is in such a simple way. So I want you to watch this video and don't forget to share my whole video if you get the chance to. So until we meet again, I've been your host, Coach Alexander, and see you on the other side. Bye.
In this video, we are going to talk about the case study. We are going to use the Handbook of Practical Program Evaluation written by Joseph S. Holy, Harry P. Hartree, and Catherine E. Newcomer. First, what are case studies? In a general sense, a case study is like an in-depth and extended example that is used to illustrate a particular argument. However, in a more academic sense, we can define a case study as a method for developing a complete understanding of a process, program, event, or activity. So in these terms, a case study can be thought about as a way of approaching a research topic. Case studies can integrate both quantitative and qualitative information, and they can do this from a variety of sources, but they will tend to focus on qualitative information to give an in-depth picture of the issue being studied and the broader environment. As Holy et al. Explain, case studies can be used for several purposes, including defining the questions and hypothesis of a subsequent study, presenting a description of an event within its context, or establishing a cause and effect relationship. There are a variety of academic fields, from medicine to law to media and communications, that use case studies. Case studies are generally categorized in three ways: exploratory, descriptive, or explanatory. An exploratory case study is aimed at defining the questions and hypotheses of a subsequent study. For example, an exploratory case study might involve the in-depth research and analysis of the way a welfare program is successfully operated in a particular state. As a result of this case study, and using the results that the researchers put forward, other researchers can then use this to conduct further research on how to implement or drive new or updated welfare programs, perhaps in other states. A descriptive case study presents a complete description of an event within its context. This means that the research report will be highly descriptive, nuanced, detailed, and emphasize the contextual specificities of the particular example being examined. And lastly, an explanatory case study focuses on establishing cause and effect relationships, explaining which causes produced which effects. This means that the study examines the particular outcomes generated from a set of circumstances. For example, perhaps you would like to examine whether eating before swimming has any effect, and what circumstances, the timing after eating or the kind of food eaten, might be adding to those effects. How does one research or put together a case study? There are four main steps for researchers to put together a case study project. First, they design the study so they know exactly what they are researching and why. This is done by developing research questions, developing a framework based on those questions, and then following through. Second, one will conduct the study using a variety of methods such as research interviews, surveys and questionnaires, document analysis, historical research, and other research methods that they might feel it is appropriate to their process. And third, researchers must analyse the data and information they have collected and collated. Perhaps they might build a database or use a specific theoretical research tool to systematically sift through the information. Lastly, the researchers must prepare the case study report, which will include not only the findings, but an outline of the context, data collection, and the limitations of the case study. So there you have it. You're ready to start building your own case study. Good luck!